All right, hopefully you had some success with updating an artist. Once you have the correct query in here, you should be able to add in some new information in here, click submit, and then be taken to the artist detail page and see the new or updated information reflected in there. So let's fill in our query and make sure that's the case for us. I'm going to take out the console log that I have in here. We're definitely not going to need this anymore. So let's write in our query. I'm going to look at my entire collection of artists. So I want to reference my artist model, which is already required in at the top of this file. And I want to update a very particular record. So the first argument to this update function is some criteria that we are going to use to specify which records we want to update. So I will pass in an object of ID and ID. So this is going to say find an artist with this very particular ID in my artist collection. Now again, because I have an identical key and value to this object, I can use a little bit of ES6 to condense it down to just ID inside of curly braces like so. So this should be selecting the correct artist. Now it's up to us to specify a second argument and tell this artist how we want it to be updated. So as a second argument, we'll pass in the updated properties to the update function. So I'll specify artist props like so. And then again, let's not forget, we need to return this whole thing. So find a very particular artist, update them with this set of properties. Let's test this out over in our application. I'll flip back over. I'm going to refresh. We'll wait for that really long refresh to occur. There we go. And I think, again, I'll take the 12 down to a 3. So we'll go to 3 years active. So now I'm going to click submit, and instantly I see 3 years active reflected on the edit page. So now I should be able to edit again, put it in 13 this time, submit, and now 13 years active. All right, this looks fantastic. I think we're making great progress here. One last thing that I want to say about the this artist update function that we're using right here, exact same thing as what I was mentioning about delete earlier. We would not want to take the approach of doing like artist.find1 or find by ID, finding the artist, taking the model, and then calling update on that, or calling like set and save on that, or taking that type of just general approach, that kind of two-step approach. Wherever possible, we always want to do everything inside of a single operation or a single touch of our Mongo database. So this is it for our 4 basic queries or 4 basic operations that we're going to write for our application. We've covered creating, deleting, editing, and reading a single artist at a time. So from here on out, we're going to go through some of the more challenging queries that we're going to have. So let's take a quick break and then talk about our next little bit more challenging query. I'll see you in just a second.